Hi, I'm Dr. Bertice Berry, and I really need to tell you this story. So I was in graduate school, and I lived in the library. You could find me several places on campus if you were looking for me. The library was one of them. The weight room, which we called the weight room, it was a gym, but it was just for weightlifting. It was really small, kind of old, but anyway, the serious lifters were there. So you can find me the gym, the weight room. You can find me in any of my classes, and you could find me at a church on Sundays. And then I'd stop going to that church because they were like talking about why America should support South Africa. So I stopped going to that church. Anyway, so I'd be in the library, and there was this guy who was always following me. I'd be in one section, he'd be there. I'd look up and he's there. I moved to a whole completely different section, he would be there. I'd go in the next day, I go to another section, he would find me some kind of how, put his books down. I think he searched the library around for me. So, it was starting to, I think it was annoying me more than it was creeping me out. I'm going to pretty much admit that it was annoying me. So I went up to him and I said, "Are you following me?" And I forget what country he was from, but he looked at me and he said, "If a man were running in the woods, you would not know if he were being chased or if he were a chaser." I said, "Okay, but are you following me?" He said, "If a man were running in the woods, you would not know if he were being chased or if he were a chaser." I said, "So you are following me?" He said, "If a man were running in the woods, you would not know if he were being chased or if he were a chaser." I said, "Okay, let me find you again, and we're going to know who the chaser is." Honestly, that's the story. He stopped following me. It's a true story. It sounds like I made it up just to have that line. No, that's a true story. And my friends in graduate school, even the ones that didn't go to school there, Pat, she's over at Ball State. Where's she at that time? I think anyway, she's over at another university. My friends are all in different places, and they would call me and go, "Bertice, if a man were running in the woods, you would not know if he were being chased or if he were a chaser." My life has been a series, a cycle, a circle of joyful, amazing, incredible, marvelous things. I looked back yesterday, I was doing some work and I was looking back over life and thinking, how did I get to this wonderful place? And then my sister friend Hermina called and she started sharing scriptures with me. And the two of us on the phone were just rejoicing. She said, "The Lord goes before you. If a man were running in the woods and the Lord went before him, you'd know that he is leading the way." I love you.